So we got Seth Weil aboard, who is joining us via Zoom. Now, Seth has the Holistic Health Clinic. I mean, we've been telling you about it for a while now. And through the Holistic Health Clinic, what he does is he works with you with your sickness, your disease, whatever you have. He's always said from cancer to diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, autoimmune diseases, and much more, digestive disorders, things like that. And his way of doing things is through nutrition, not medication. So he puts you on a meal plan or a diet, and that's in accordance to whatever disease you have. So he's not a herbalist or anything like that. I want to stress that. He does not need to deal in medicine. I want to stress that. But he deals with sickness through diet. That's how he handles it. And we've had him on for years now. Since the pandemic, that's when he and I linked up. And we've been doing this segment. And a lot of people have gone to him and they've improved. But you have to go to him before it's too late. You can't go when you're on your last and expect that he could, help you. Even doctors can't, with all these surgeries and medications that they may put you through. But you have to go early, and the consultation is like a re-education of your sickness or your disease or the system and how it operates. So what we want to do this morning, we've often done topics where he calls in and he talks on a topic and that kind of thing. We've also invited people who would like to debate him on any issue. He's open to that, to open debate. But more so, what we want to do, I'll get a mic. Yeah, what we want to do is we want to open the phone line this morning and give you the opportunity to put your questions to Seth. Right? So we have him on via Zoom, and we're going to bring him in right now. And I hope people take the opportunity now, for all the people that, like to question and doubt and message me after the show. He's very open to taking questions and answering as best he can. All right, with the information that he has. And he has a lot of information. I think I have spoken to people who have joined this program, and a lot of them have come back and given positive feedback. So if you have any questions at all on any subject matter that Seth has dealt with in the past, or even just recently here, just last week, now is the time to call in and put your questions to him. If you have any queries about the method that he uses, now is the time to call in and question or drill him on it, or debate him on it even. All right, now, what we're going to do, we're going to use the WhatsApp line, which is the 327-7400 number. So that's 327-7400, and we are going to use that line. We're going to take your calls on that line. You can call in. Bring him in now. Where is he? We're going to have 10 minutes for that open discussion. Okay? And as you call in, I'm going to take the question, put it over to Seth, and he will answer as best he can. So, Seth, morning to you, man.
Good morning, Stefan Reese, Synergy TV, and all of our viewers. Hope you all are having a fine morning. Hearing me?
Yeah, hearing you now. All right. Yes, Seth. So, good morning to you.
Yes, morning.
All right, nice, man. Now, we've always said we would open the phone line and take some calls based on, whether people want to challenge you on something, whether they have questions to ask, people who may be suffering with certain disease, whatever the case is, they get the opportunity to call in this morning and ask you any question that they would like as it relates to the subject matter, to any subject matter for that matter. So we're gonna take our first call here this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah.
First caller.
Yeah, morning. Yeah, go ahead, man. What's your question for Seth?
Yes, Seth, I have heard people say, people who have diabetes and some other diseases and so on, have had great improvement
Okay, so Seth, the caller said that he has heard a lot of people who have diabetes. They've had very positive effects from drinking goat's milk. And he wants to know your thoughts on goat milk.
Okay. Now, what I'll give some, my responses may not be too in-depth because of time constraint.
Right.
So I'll just do the best that I can within the time limit that we have here today.
Sure.
All right, so we have to understand something with regards to milk. All right, and why somebody might get improvement being diabetic using goat milk, but they would not get reversal of diabetes using goat milk, because milk in of itself is a form of sugar. All right, the type of sugar in milk is lactose, which is a glucose plus a galactose molecule. All right, galactose can convert to glucose in the human body, so then you're getting in extra glucose. What do you test for diabetes? You test your blood glucose levels. But the amount in it, because 2 to 8% of milk is made up of lactose, is less. So therefore, if somebody switch out their juices and whatnot with the goat milk, they would be getting in total less sugar. So there would be some improvement, but you are not going to get reversal. Also, consuming milk of another animal, it is not designed for humans. Humans are not supposed to be consuming milk after the weaning stage of life. And we looked at that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
right?
you
If you remember
that,
when we looked at milk. So therefore, consuming things like that can cause damage to your digestive system, can actually cause bleeding in the intestines, which can lead to anemia, especially in young children. So it's not something I would recommend, all right? Is it a better choice than drinking soft drinks and stuff? Yes, but is it a good choice for reversing diabetes? No.
Okay, all right. So 327-7400, and I just want to mention that Seth has said that milk, and I think you compared it to the animal kingdom, where a cub,
yeah, so all animals,
a newborn,
all mammals,
yeah, a newborn animal will feed on milk, but after they reach a certain age, no milk is
discontinued.
Yeah. Let's take this call.
All right. Same for humans as well.
Hello, good morning. Morning. Hello. Yeah, go ahead.
Right, I walked away from the TV, but I see Mr. Set on the screen here.
Yeah, but we're doing some calls here with Health with Set.
Right, I want to ask his opinion on creatine and the usage of creatine in individuals over the age of 40 and muscle development, please.
Okay, creatine.
Okay?
Okay, no problem.
Creatine,
you want to find out about creatine?
Hydrolyzed creatine. Creatine, yes, thanks.
Creatine, okay, cool. And muscle development. All right, Seth, he wants to know about creatine and the use of it for people over the age of 40 with muscle development.
Right, so based on how we mention it, I'm guessing he doesn't know that the human body produces creatine. All right, so so you have the energy system in your body called the creatine phosphate system,
right?
Which is what the body uses to produce energy. Now, many people would buy the creatine supplement, and they would use the creatine supplement
well, I know you don't believe
to
in
help with energy. And of course, I do not believe in supplements. It also, creatine would cause more water storage in your muscles, and it does cause kidney problems. You can end up with issues damaging the kidneys from the use of creatine supplementation. So I am not an advocate at all for the use of any supplement. People that are over 40, especially if you are over 40, and you want to continue with building muscle mass or maintaining muscle mass, you need to focus on proper nutrition. So this is what the Holistic Health Clinic is about. I educate and re-educate individuals with proper nutrition so that you wouldn't have to go along the line of supplement and miss your kidneys and all your other organs with regards to trying to maintain a healthy look or healthy image or healthy lifestyle. You want to do it the correct way through proper nutrition, not through supplementation.
Okay, because when we're talking about muscle building, we're talking about protein, right?
Muscle building, protein plays a big part in it because 70% or around 72% of your muscle around 20% of your muscle is protein, 72% is water, and the other 8 is triglycerides. So you still have to deal with triglycerides being fat. So you have to understand the balance of that. All right. So it's not just about, eating protein alone. You have to understand the role that fat plays, because if you consume a lot of lean mass and you don't get in enough fat in your diet, the body would just utilize that protein for energy and not for muscle protein synthesis. So you can get a reduction in muscle protein synthesis if the ratio of protein to fats is not adequate. So again, all of this is what I go through on my health coaching programs to help people understand what they need to do in order to build muscle correctly and efficiently. For example, started back the gym 6 months now, and I've gained like 20-something pounds of muscle mass. And that's because I understand the science. And this is without any form of supplements whatsoever. So I understand the science of muscle building. So for me, that's very easy to attain, right? Because I know the science. So if other people know the science, they could do the same as well.
All right, so we'll take another one here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, morning. What's your question for Seth?
Okay, I would like to know when he would be doing a segment on migraine headaches, the causes and treatments.
Okay, that's a.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. That's actually a very interesting one. Migraine headaches, causes and treatments.
Well, first we have to
segment on
ascertain
that.
what the underlying cause might be, because there could be several factors that could contribute to migraine headache. So people could have underlying other health issues, whether it's a brain tumor, whether it's a deficiency in certain nutrients, or whether it's just sodium deficiency. Because in many cases, a lot of people that suffer from migraine, it's due to not consuming enough salt in their diet. All right, but of course, a lot of people that don't consume enough salt in their diet, they also consume things that would cause nutritional deficiencies that can result in migraines as well. So this would require somebody coming into me and having a one-on-one conversation with them to get a better understanding of what they have been consuming, to see where the problem actually lies in order to effectively deal with it. Because there are other things, too much sugar in the diet as well can cause migraines also. So we have to look at that and see, because Stefan, plenty of people come to me and they will say that they don't consume sugar, and then I would go into the explanation and the detail of sugar to them and show them that not all sugar tastes sweet. Because most people's definition of sugar is something that is sweet tasting, but not all sugar is sweet tasting. So a lot of people are consuming sugar and consuming large amounts and are unaware of it because they only expect it to taste sweet. And all these things can affect the human body in many different ways, including migraine. So a one-on-one is what would be needed to directly address the problem efficiently.
Okay, but could we do a segment on it maybe next week?
It's possible, yeah. We can.
All right. We take this one. And I'll see how much time we have after this one. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your question?
About gout.
Gout?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had gout. I went to the doctor and he told me don't eat red meat.
Okay.
So I want to find out, because I had a consultation with Seth already. He told me red meat is good to eat.
Okay. Okay. I'll find out. We'll ask him. Okay. So this is a lady who had a consultation with you already. She said she went to the doctor concerning gout. And the doctor told her not to eat red meat. Yeah.
Keep in mind, last week's segment, I look at the fact that doctors have very limited, very, very limited knowledge with regards to nutrition. So gout, they would talk about, okay, gout, you have purine crystals that are building up in the body that would be affecting your joints, and also a buildup of uric acid. So what they'll look at foods that are high in purine crystals, right, and purines, right? So they'll look at, okay, meat, fish, all this stuff high in purines. So then they would come to the conclusion, you need to cut out purines. What they do not know is the number one producer of purine crystals in the human body is the human body. So there is nothing you can eat that could produce more purine crystals than your own body itself. So the problem is not with the consumption of purine crystals, it has to do with the body's ability to eliminate them, right? Okay. So it has nothing to do with what you are eating. When it comes to the consumption of purine crystal, it has to do with what is causing the body to produce excess uric acid and cause the body to not excrete the amount of uric acid that it's supposed to.
Right.
And that comes back to sugar. Sugar reduces the body's ability to excrete the uric acid, the purine crystals. So it has nothing to do with red meat. In fact, the highest degree of study, systematic review and meta-analysis with regards to red meat shows that it cannot cause harm to the human body. So any doctor that is telling you need to cut off red meat, if you cut off, you need to cut off red meat in order to get rid of gout, that doctor does not know what they are speaking. They have very limited knowledge in what they are doing, and that advice should not be taken.
Yeah, because
and I'm saying that for sure, right?
No, because
it should not be taken.
I have done some research, right? I've done some research as it relates to nutrition, health, fitness. Okay? And regardless of whatever diet that you are on, okay? Regardless of whoever the trainer is and what their beliefs might be. Because, okay, you would be carnivore, somebody would represent keto, right? And then you would just have people who set to that, right? And they will tell you eat small portions, portion out X amount of carbs, this, that. Protein is always the biggest percentage on the plate, right? But in almost 95% of diets that include meat, everybody recommends steak.
Correct.
And steak is the reddest of meat that you could get. And
then
everybody
there are other
steak.
things. There are other things that people don't understand. So some might say, well, maybe we could use supplements or go with a plant-based source of protein. And there are things that people don't understand. Not because it is a protein means that your body could absorb it. We have to understand something called bioavailability, which is something the general population do not know of. So they'll say, okay, I'll eat beans because it has protein in it. Mind you, 1 cup of lentil peas or quinoa only has about 9 grams of protein in it. And out of that 9 grams, what the body can use less than 1 gram. So a cup of lentil peas or quinoa gives you about a pot when you cook it, right? And you're getting a measly under 1 gram of protein that the body can efficiently use, which is insufficient, way insufficient. Because if the average person, let's say the average exerciser, need 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, 1 cup, which giving you a pot of lentil peas, giving you under 1 gram of protein, what's that? You're going to suffer. So you wouldn't get muscle protein synthesis taking place. That is going to be problematic for the body. So no, there are many things that people don't understand with regards to nutrition, don't understand with regards to bioavailability. Trust me, your doctors don't understand it as well, or else they wouldn't be advising you to do these things.
I'll give you a little joke. I'll give you a little joke before we take this final caller very quickly, because we're going on about 3 minutes. Yesterday, I meet a good brethren of mine, Dr. Real. Morning to Dr. Real. Now, Real used to be on the program with me and doing for some years, right? So Real had a nice punch like what I have here, right? And he used to go and run the savannah, and he used to do all kind of thing and whatever. So I meet him in the grocery yesterday. We bounce up. Because he has South Pan, eh? And him recognize the man. The man slimmed down, right? Looking fit as a fiddle. He says, Steph, boy, where you going with that belly, boy? I said, boy, I'm not going to start back a little thing. I'm going to run a savannah later, whatever. Which I did. And I said, boy, I'm now getting back to my diet and thing. And he laughed and he said, have a cheat code, you know. I said, a cheat code? He said, yeah, I'll tell you the cheat code later. So he called me a little later on yesterday afternoon. Where do you think the cheat code was?
More meat in the diet.
The other thing.
What's that, protein?
The other thing you just talk about, that you just talk about eating, that's part of your diet.
Salt?
Not salt.
Oh God, you have to throw it out to me. Eggs?
Eggs! The man tell me, he say, boy, he says, Steph, I eaten 10 eggs. 10 eggs, you know. Now, I know you tell me, when he telling me this now, I laugh at me because I say, but said telling me this for years. Eggs is life. Eggs, in terms of your diet. People that study eggs and say, oh God, it go increase your cholesterol level. But I remember you always tell me that. You eat like, what, 10 eggs, 10, 12 eggs?
About a dozen.
About a dozen eggs in a meal?
Yeah, about a jumbo, yeah.
Yeah. And when he tell me about eggs is a cheat code, he say, boy, I say, well, boy, I know about that, you know. You know what I mean?
Keep in mind, eggs do turn into chicken, right?
Correct.
So it's me. So And then the people don't need to worry about, with regards to cholesterol in eggs, since 2015, dietary cholesterol was removed from being a health warning, because dietary cholesterol does not affect blood cholesterol levels. And that's something people need to know. What we do, a lot of people make superficial conclusions. So to see, okay, my cholesterol level is high, so therefore, if I eat cholesterol, that is causing my cholesterol level to be high. That is not how it works. I think people forget. Remember a long time saying, some people used to say, don't eat standing up. If you eat standing up, the food would go down to your foot. Right? So they were watching conditions of things like edema, heart failure, and these kind of issues that might cause your feet to swell. That has nothing to do with food dropping down to your foot.
Right.
But people have a superficial belief. They don't know that when you eat, there is a whole metabolic and digestive process that takes place. So they think once it goes in here, boom, it ends up in my bloodstream. That is not how it works.
Right.
You have to understand that when you have high cholesterol levels, that has to do with damage that is taking place in your body, and your liver is producing cholesterol to send it out to do repairs. The number one producer of cholesterol in the human body is the liver. You cannot eat nowhere near as much cholesterol as your own liver could produce.
Right.
So you have to ask, why is your liver producing so much cholesterol, and why is that cholesterol ending up in your bloodstream to block arteries and whatnot to create atherosclerosis? So these are the questions people need to be asking, and these are the things that I address on my program.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we gotta wrap it up, but I want to say that if you all want more information, you can always contact Seth on 761-1952. Calls, the phone keep ringing. We have, 2, 3, 4. That's, oh God. I can't take no more calls out of time. We had about 15 missed calls here. So people trying to get, but we will try to do this at least once a month, where we'll do our call-in outside of the topics. So we do three weeks of topics, and we'll do one morning where we just take phone calls, right? But I got to wrap it up this morning. I want to thank you for taking the calls and giving the responses. For those of you who would like to further the discussion with Seth, you could always call him on 761-1952. That is 761-1952. Or you can WhatsApp him on 279-3935. That's 279-3935. Give him a call or send him a WhatsApp message, and I'm sure he's going to be glad to engage you. Even if you want to debate him, we are always up for good debate. It's healthy for everything. Knowledge is power, and not everybody is going to have the same, vision or view that I or Seth might have. But you're always welcome to do it, and it's going to be a very friendly, fair opportunity to have the discussion. So we're always open to that as well. Seth, thanks a lot for taking the calls this morning, man. And we'll take
no problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, no problem. Thanks a lot. So that is Seth Viola Board. People, remember you can connect with him at the Holistic